Does anyone have a question?
Hey, Stuart, I guess I have a question I thought of. I I feel like I'm going through something where like my mind's gotten quiet and now there is this sense of lack of excitement because the answer is sort of just here already and it loses a lot of the motivation. And I don't know if that makes sense or if you have anything to say about that. That could help me.
Uh, Michael, you'll have to repeat it again, but ask a question.
I was just saying that I have taken all this very seriously and I feel like I've gotten my mind can be very quiet, even if my mind and my emotions, I mean, even if my body and my emotions are very just like pressurized and jittery, I can just sit there with that for a long period of time. And there's this just a sense of loss of like the excitement of awakening and waking up and realizing that the answer's already here, if that makes sense. And I was curious, the question is not really specific except to what to do in that situation to keep myself going. Um,
Mhm.
Especially because I feel like a lot of people in my life are seeing the changes in me, and it's allowing me to pour myself into mindless activity even more.
Well, Michael, the first thing is I wouldn't spend your time trying to analyze the situation, figuring it out. If your mind is quiet, that's kind of a miracle right there. And that's an extraordinary level of growth in meditation practice to get your mind quiet. The emotions, we're talking about another thing, which is literally transforming all of that tension into an open heart, into gratitude. So the answer would be very deep gratitude. First of all, that your mind is quieter. Secondly, that you're just, you know, alive, breathing, active human being who has friends and people in the family and people in your life. And that in itself should make one very grateful. Excuse me, gratitude is the beginning. Once you begin to feel gratitude, the heart opens. And as the heart opens and you breathe in the meditation into the heart center, you strengthen the heart center. That will absorb all the tension. The tension will transform itself into love, into kindness, compassion, literally into the highest levels of what we can become as human beings. All of this is a step at a time. It's not something you don't walk into a room and turn on a light and suddenly you got it. No, it's a step at a time. And it takes time, it takes patience, it takes a lot of work on oneself. I always say, if you want to be a doctor, want to be a surgeon, especially, it takes 12 years. And you really have to have patience and you have to put in the work to master the craft of surgery, whatever kind of surgery you're learning. Uh, that is much easier than mastering the craft inside oneself. Much easier to become a brain surgeon than it is to master the chaos and all of that confusion and mental stuff and emotional stuff that goes on inside a human being, sexual stuff, lack of balance. I mean, it's incredible. And it takes a step at a time, one step after the other, slowly, and it's the old story of the tortoise and the hare. You gotta plod along until you get to the top of the mountain. And when you get to the top of the mountain, all the people you thought were much more creative and this intelligent, they're behind you. You have mastered it step by step, working on yourself. So have patience, be grateful. The mind is a lot quieter. You know, I'm very happy to see you in the class. You know, you vanished for a while, you know? So be grateful for that and then have patience with not only your inner, anything you do in life. You want to master. Look, I mean, I'll give you an example of myself, okay? I started writing a book, and this is a true story. In 1967, please, Shisham, can you sit up, please? And thank you. I started writing a book in 1967. You know, I finally finished this book. It became a novella, 100 pages long in 2013. Took time, but it was always there. And I always periodically had to come back to it and learn how to master it and learn the craft of writing, which I promise you is a very difficult craft to learn. And it took years and years of working at these things. I had books and to master it. The inner life of a human being is much more difficult to master than the craft of writing. So have patience, develop it, take it a step at a time, be grateful for each step you take, and don't try to analyze every step and try to figure out what's, just experience it. Let it really open you and be grateful for it, you know?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question you would like to ask? I mean, to be honest with you, I got so tired of, I mean, every book I've ever written took 10, 15 years to get finished. I mean, I got really tired of it. And now I'm doing another one, but this one is not going to take this meditation practice. I won't tell you how long I've been doing this. Very, very long time. And in the beginning, I never thought I would get to first base. I was just so full of my tension, my insecurity, my anger, and then it slowly began to turn around. And I discovered what was really important to me, and that was to live my life on the best possible level I can live it as a human being. Does anyone else have a question? The fastest path to enlightenment is one that takes you step by step, by step, by step, by step. Fastest path to enlightenment. That's the shortcut. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? You know, I announced the other day that I might not have class on Sunday. I have somewhere to go, and you know, if you don't get an invitation on Sunday morning, I haven't skipped town. You know, it's just something I have to do Sunday that's very important, and I'm not sure I'm going to get back here in time for class. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, thank you. As I tell you all the time, all of you are my teacher. I need a teacher also. Your presence here is like a great teaching for me. And I'm just very grateful to whomever attends these classes, whoever's willing to make the effort to work on themselves. Because the whole purpose of this is to give away everything I've learned in my life. Everything has to be given away. I don't want to take it with me, and I'm not getting any younger here. So God bless you all for being here and being part of this. And if I don't see you Sunday, then the next class will be Monday. But if you get an invitation Sunday morning, then you'll know there's a class. Okay, thank you. Bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.